genius
rolling.
idea. This is an absolutely genius idea.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think is anyone else doing this.
No, not as far as I know. But it's also not a completely original idea. I got it from Cash Cab.
Cash Cab, yeah.
You know, but I'm not by no means a funny guy.
Okay.
I'm in general rather serious, and I have mostly serious conversations.
Gotcha.
Although I have an occasional party in a car.
Yeah, okay.
But then it's always like, okay, can I publish this, or you know, like when people are a little tipsy.
Yep.
Oh right.
Is it still publishable or not?
Yeah.
But okay, anyway, we'll talk about that later. You guys are not tipsy, that's clear. So you guys are flying, and I'm driving you to the airport. So you guys are from where?
We live in Boston, but we're actually from all over. I'm
the
from
UK.
England. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, you have such a strong British accent.
Not according to everyone.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Someone said, oh, that was my
well.
friend's grandma said that I sounded American.
You sound no. Well, I'm sorry. She has not been in the US for a while. Then maybe. Well, there you go. So yeah. For a British person, maybe you sound American.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
I still don't think so.
I don't think
Just
so.
the way you say, yeah, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's just like that. There you go. It doesn't get more British than that.
Yeah.
And you're Romain. Where are you from?
So I'm 100% Jamaican. And
Jamaican.
Yeah, I was born in Jamaica, lived in the Bahamas for a couple of years in like primary school, and then New York City when I was junior high school until a few years ago.
Wait. So the trip is 40 minutes, right? We gotta leave something to talk about for doing the. That was your whole life in just 5 sentences.
Yeah, that's it. Sum it all
The
up.
end.
Well, but that does beg the question though. How did you guys meet?
Oh, Hinge.
I mean, because
Hinge.
she's UK, you're
Yes.
Jamaican,
No, we met on the dating app Hinge.
We both live in Boston.
Yes.
and you do both live in Boston. Oh
Yes.
yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
that's the connection.
Yeah.
And then you met on the dating app.
Yeah.
How
Yes.
interesting is that? Can we talk about that for a sec?
2023 dating.
So how does that work? How did that go for you guys?
I'll let you explain.
Oh, okay. It worked out really well. I mean, I think
obviously. Yeah, congratulations. Good job.
I think we are, pretty decently attractive people. So that helps, right? That's like the first thing. I think we both were.
You're very attractive people, that's for sure.
We were physically attracted to each other on the dating app.
Okay.
I don't really know if I read any of there's like these little prompts.
The hobbies and the.
I don't think I read any of that stuff for
Wow.
Trina. Like,
Character.
Apparently that's how he.
He's just going
chooses.
like,
He
oh,
just
she's
looks-
blonde.
Yeah,
She's.
that's it.
You have blue eyes or what?
I have green eyes.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Blonde, green eyes.
It's like, I mean, the thing that I'll say this too, and this is something, and if you post this, the Boston people will get mad at me, but this is whatever. They're not very attractive people in Boston. There's a lot of, no offense to them, they don't really have the best gene pools, right? They have a lot. They have the people.
The Boston.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just true, right? A lot of their genes are the people that got kicked out of England, right? Or weren't able
You
to
think
stay
so?
in England.
Come on.
They fled England for whatever reason. A lot of the Irish people, I'm guessing the poorer British people.
Ex-convicts.
Yeah, people
maybe.
that were looking to get out of England. All the
So I
rich people
heard
stayed.
I heard that story from Australia, right? Where they would send all the convicts to Australia. So you would expect a degraded DNA pool over there, but I've never heard of that in Boston. I thought Boston is all the adventurers and all the entrepreneurs and all the people going for the new life kind of thing. I don't know.
Well, I think they started off in Boston, right, and then they probably dispersed all throughout the country at some point, right? It's kind of like New York too. But then I think Boston, even now, it's kind of a very transient city. People go there for a couple of years, and then they leave. I think that's just the DNA of the city. I don't know if that's ever changed, to be honest.
But so, okay, Trina, he fell for your looks, and your beautiful smile. But we all know that that does not make a relationship last, right? So, whoa, wait. Did I say something wrong? When did you guys meet?
I'm just waiting.
The question though, the question. What's the question?
Well, how long ago did you guys meet?
About a year ago.
A year ago, you see? So then a relationship happens because of the character.
Yeah.
And personalities.
Yeah.
But the first attraction can definitely be
the looks.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe, I think I fell in love with my wife's eyes. First that, and then I won't tell you the rest, but the rest of us very voluptuous and fine too, you know.
Where's your wife from?
She's from Haiti.
Okay.
And she's very beautiful.
Yes.
But I just loved her smile. That's
okay.
What drew me. And then indeed, it's the characters and the personalities and the life together that there's a lot of good things that make it work, right?
Yeah.
And so, but then, what made you click on him?
Hot seat.
Well, it was a bit on and off at the beginning, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't really.
Yeah, but it started in the app, so there was something in the app.
Then we were dating for a little while, and then, I think. I thought I was probably more into you than you were into me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we had a little break.
A little break.
And then
needed some, how do you say that, recap or rethinking.
Yeah, lots of thinking.
Maybe some old relationships that were still in the way or so. Sometimes that happens, you know.
Yeah, some undealt with past issues, perhaps.
I mean, these things don't happen overnight, and so it does take time to build a relationship as well. Yeah. And as you go through the years, you guys have 1 year, but it takes many years to go also through the ups and downs. And then especially the downs make your relationship stronger.
True.
And more resilient and more beautiful, I would say. More connected.
Yeah.
Well, the pleasure of the good parts of the relationship, that's all what we do it for, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we kind of rekindled things, I guess, like in January. Right? January? February?
You're the one on the hot seat.
I know, apparently. We started talking again, I guess, in January. And then I went back to England for a month.
Okay.
And then...
Has he seen England yet?
No.
Has he met your parents?
No.
Oh man, that's crucial though.
Yeah, I think meeting parents is a big thing. I know for Trina it's a much bigger thing than myself because I don't think none of her serious boyfriends have ever met her parents. So I think that's
difficult also. It's also difficult for you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, I think I've left it so long now that I'm like, I can't just bring anyone back to my parents. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I never have, so for me, I'm 30 now.
So when you do,
it's gonna be my husband.
Wow.
That's how I see it now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
So that question wow. And he's more quiet than I am, so.
You know what's interesting about that? Like, and I respect that so much. I think I tell Trina she's like a very classically beautiful woman, but I think she's also like an old soul, and I think I am too. Where we live in this world. We were just in Miami for a couple of days before this, and you know, everything is kind of like microwave, right? Like it's just people want things now, and they don't think that they should wait for it, or some part should be earned. It should just be had. And I think you should also expect things from yourself, right? You should also say things out loud that you want and that you mean, because that's how you feel, right? And Trina's like, well, she just said, I waited this long, I've never brought anybody home, so what's the point of bringing someone home that's not my husband? And that just makes sense to me, you know. And you got to put pressure on things, right? Like put pressure on, like you put expectations on things, right? Because if we don't, you know, it's like going to work. You're like, I'm gonna work hard, you know, do all these things, right? You're gonna love your partner, you know, put all this effort in, all this investment in, and then what? You just just have fun for a couple of months, a couple of years, and then go have fun with someone else. It doesn't make sense. Like it's not worth it. And if that's what you want, I think you should communicate that, right? I think we talked about communication being a big thing in our relationship, especially with like kind of when we restarted. Communicate, and I'd much rather that than anything.
That's harder for men though than women sometimes. Communicate, because what the woman expects is us to talk about our feelings. Yeah, I always find that difficult.
Yeah.
But I can communicate everything about soccer, no problem. Let's go have a beer and hanging with the guys and something like that. And there's a lot of communication happening, but I don't think a lot is being said.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, women do expect us to communicate about how we feel, and that goes in small steps. That takes time also.
Yeah. Well, I think we had our time apart, and I think like when I say we met a year ago, but we haven't been like fully dating the whole time.
So this is actually a pretty big trip for you guys.
Yeah.
Being together to Miami.
Yeah.
And to Naples, being with friends, family, maybe.
Yeah.
Seems to me, because often you get to know each other when you're like on each other's lips, and when you go out like this together for several days. I don't know how long has your trip been?
Like 10 days.
10 days, yeah, that's a pretty good time.
Yeah.
You get to know each other's nerves and the good and the bad a little bit. When 10 days is quite a time.
Yeah.
Do you guys live together or not?
No.
Not yet.
That's why it is a big trip. We are moving in together.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. So both our leases will end of August. And so September we'll move in together with each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are really gonna give it a try. Congrats.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, go for it.
I can't say it's YouTube. I can't curse on YouTube.
Yeah, you can. I can beep it out, but I don't know what. Yeah.
No, but yeah, I think we really want to try with each other, right? I think like a lot of people too don't kind of make that step. Even like the saying of like the person I bring my parents to. People don't even say that, right? People don't even say that they want to move in with each other. I think I said that to her. Like maybe like a month or two ago, like we should, and because of different things that were changing with our leases and friends moving, roommates, all that stuff. And I think we feel that way about each other, right? And as a friend said, it's really amazing too. Like, and if we had maybe a couple more months, we would definitely be moving in together. Like if we had to move in January or December, but that's not how the leases in Boston work, and honestly nobody wants to move in the middle of winter because that's just going to be horrible. So let's do it now, right? And let's really like commit to each other, keep this commitment going, because that's what we're doing.
Honestly, that is a huge step, right?
Oh, it's big. It's definitely
It's almost bigger than marriage itself. Because marriage itself is more
100%.
like the confirmation of. And moving in is like, we're gonna give this relationship a serious try, but you still don't know yet because you haven't had that experience yet. You don't know yet if it's gonna work. But I'm happy for you guys. Sounds like the good old days.
Good old days.
Well, for me, I mean, it's been a while.
How long have you been married?
Yeah. I've been married now 18 years. We know each other 2-3 years before that.
Okay.
So like 20 years or so.
Yeah, that's a long
been
time.
together. And
Where are you from?
I'm from the Netherlands.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought.
And my wife's Haitian, and we met in Haiti.
Oh yeah.
And
What brought you to Haiti?
work.
Okay.
And she was working in the office as well, and I was an IT guy that had to fix some computers. And one day she came to me like, can I bring you some lunch? And I thought that she was asking, do you want to go out to lunch? And so I said, yeah, sure, let's go. And so we went out to lunch by mistake, sort of. and that's where I noticed that she was special. Yeah. You know, it's like where you had the dating app, I had a lunch. So you notice something special about someone, and then it goes from there. Yeah. And now we have three beautiful children.
Thanks.
Yeah, 24, 22, and 17.
Okay. So almost done, right?
Almost.
The 24 and 22.
Oh yeah, no, then come the good times. Then we're gonna talk about grandkids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's 10 years from now. So first a few holidays in between.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're pretty happy, and
that's good.
Yeah.
You guys live in Naples?
No, we lived in Mexico mostly. Then we lived in Haiti for a while.
Okay.
And we moved to Naples 3 years ago because Haiti just became too dangerous.
Yep.
And we like it. Naples is nice. Yeah. Was this your first visit to Naples or not?
Yeah, definitely. Piece of wood,
That was a big piece of wood.
Yep. First time to Naples.
First time in Naples, and now what do you think of it? You like it?
Really nice.
It's really nice.
No?
Yeah. It's not really surprising, but it is, because I think I was saying to her, my mom lived in Fort Lauderdale for a long time.
Okay.
And all of Florida, I've noticed, looks very similar. But I think Naples, from what I've noticed, this looks like nicer and like has a lot more like fun things to do. I think better places to go out to eat, things that are cuter. Miami's like probably more of what we like to do when we go out at night though. But Naples feels like daytime amazing for us, like kind of very chill, laid back, fun, family friendly.
And Naples is a little bit of a retirement town, so there's a lot of restaurants, a lot of golf happening, great, a lot of pickleball courts everywhere.
Yeah.
Beautiful gated communities everywhere.
Yep.
Very good life, but there's not a lot of action happening. No concerts, no competition, no games, things like that. For that, you really would have to go to Miami.
Yep.
Also, nightlife. I would say that Naples has almost no nightlife. Gotcha. So it's really like for the dinners and those things, wonderful. The beach is gorgeous, but 11 o'clock, I'm the only one on the road, you know, at night. So
very, very quiet at night. But we tried to go to a couple of bars and like after dinner on Saturday, and they were like close to closing, or they were like winding down already.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when Miami just starting up, right? 11 p.m. That's Boston too, probably. How is Boston for you guys? You still find the nightlife attractive, or do you guys go out there, or?
Yes, I think it's getting better.
Is it?
I don't know, we're more of like bar people rather than clubs. I'm not really like a club person.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Everything closes at 2 there anyway, so we're quite used to the early close.
Oh, 2 is pretty good.
I mean, Naples was like 12 close or 12:30 close, but Boston is 2 a.m. closing of most.
Okay. Can I ask, what do you guys do as jobs?
I work for like a medical logistics and supply chain company. So we source and supply like lab consumables and medical supplies, PPE, things like that.
All right.
Yeah.
I work in like property management for one of the big 4 commercial real estate consultants. So
one of the 4
big real estate consultants.
There's only 4 in the US?
There's a ton. There's a million. But in terms of commercial real estate, there is just 4. There's like CBRE, JLL, Cushman & Wakefield, company I work for.
Okay.
And it's arguable that Newmark is another one. But I mean, they say it's 4, but so I'll keep it that way. But yeah, it's the big 3 more than anything.
And so you do property management, or?
Yeah, property management, like a little bit of asset management too. So there's like a bit of operations and finance with my role. It's pretty, and honestly, every day is different. So that's interesting. Do like it. I don't if I love it though. We'll see what happens.
Well, it also depends on how good is the pay, right?
Yeah, I mean the pay, I think quality of life too, right? The flexibility. We were talking about that this week. You know how working, because I mean I did work. I worked 100% this week, but I did from the pool at our hotel that we stayed at in Miami, and you know it wasn't bad. I liked it. You know, I didn't think I would like it that much. But I do know I like to be in an office or around like my team most of the time. So I think that's flexibility is not there all the time, which is something I would like.
Right. So do you also have to work from home, or is that an option?
Yeah.
For me.
For you?
I work in the office, but the reason why we were in Miami is because I had a trade show. I was there for like a medical trade show.
Oh, nice.
We had a booth there.
Oh, you had this is a business trip.
It was a business trip, yeah.
How good is that?
The Naples part, one of my best friends lives in Naples. It was her baby shower.
Oh, and the baby shower?
Yeah. So we did Miami and then drove from Miami to Naples on Saturday. And then the baby shower was yesterday.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then flying out of Naples.
You sure are well connected in a way.
I went to an international grad school, so
you know people from all over.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool. An international grad school.
Yeah.
This is like, yeah. And where was that?
In Cambridge, in Massachusetts.
Cambridge,
yeah,
in Mass. And
also in San Francisco, though. They have a campus in San Francisco as well.
Baby shower. So, did that make you think at all? Hint. Well, wait. First the parents, then the rings, then let's talk babies, right?
Yeah.
Let's keep it in order. Okay.
Yeah.
No, wait. It was first the rings, then the parents.
No, I think the parents like
first.
But the parents first, right? And
that's true.
But like
that doesn't work, Trini. That first he has to ask your dad for permission or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not. And when I said that, I'm not saying that they're not meeting.
You have to be married. Yeah.
No,
okay.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
No, I would never do that. Oh my gosh. No, I just mean that
fiancé. No,
I think like even before that, right?
Yeah, I think it's just if I know that what we have is like serious or for the long run.
Right.
It's not just temporary.
Right.
Yeah. That if I feel secure in that sense.
Okay.
Then, yeah.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes more sense actually to me. So I thought that you have to be married before you take him, because that's what you said, but that's not literally what you meant.
No, it's not literally what I meant. No, I just meant like if I could see this person being my husband,
then you will want to introduce him to the family. Yeah, of course. Yes. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, and so business trip to Miami, then the baby shower in Naples.
Yeah.
And I made a remark about babies, and she started laughing though.
Well, I started laughing because I feel like it's kind of done the opposite, hasn't it?
What do you mean?
Well, like what you were saying about learning so much about babies and things that you didn't realize, like how your life is kind of.
Oh, you mean like giving you the opposite, like not really the inkling to have babies right now, more like we should enjoy each other a lot more and learn about what we'll have to do to have babies. Yeah, I think that's what
like there's no rush.
Yeah. Can I ask the question differently? I'm going to put you both on the hot seat, so make room. But would you want to have children in your life? Not thinking about think about a partner, just thinking about the kids alone. Would you want to have children?
At some point, yeah.
At some point, yeah. Oh, that's very clear. And you, Romain?
Yeah, we've definitely talked about it. Yeah, I think.
You already talked about it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You guys are further in the relationship than I thought also. Okay, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like we talk a lot, right? I think we, like I said, kind of old school in that way. We go out to dinner, and we have conversations with each other. I think like real conversations in between the people watching, right? I think we have like pretty serious conversations, and we are aligned in a lot of those ways with kids. I think we want the same amount of kids. I think our enough. Our vibes are very similar. Like so, our personalities, maybe like our demeanor, is probably on opposite sides. Like I'm probably the more like probably don't freak out as much, and she'll freak out, and I have to like.
What do I freak out about?
And then she probably thinks about things, and I don't think about things, right? So like I think that we kind of balance each other out in that way. Yeah, it's like 3 kids. I think is kind of where we're at.
Shall I say something though?
Sure.
My opinion, right? And now I'm not sure what kind of seat this is, but you guys already made a choice. This is just a matter of time.
Made a choice.
Yeah, I'm sorry to put it so blunt.
Like,
but the thing is that if you want to have kids and you know that you want to have kids,
yeah,
that depends on the partner. It depends on the relationship. Because if the partner is not in sight, then usually people don't want to have kids because they don't see it happening. How can you want kids if you're not already with somebody that you want it with? I think you guys want it.
Are you referencing the meeting the parents thing still, or?
I'm referencing that you guys made a choice for each other very, very strongly already. And
yeah, I mean, I don't think I would move in with someone if, like, for me personally, again, I haven't lived with a partner, so for me,
exactly. Yeah.
I wouldn't move in with someone if I wasn't like, you know, serious.
I mean, I think, we're definitely. You talk about the time thing. Yeah, I think we're definitely. I won't say like going through the motions. That sounds bad, but like we love each other a lot, even though it's been like pretty short amount of time. I think we look at each other, we see what that could be like. Like our lives as parents. I think what's something that we don't think about, and this is why we are gonna keep just kind of, I guess, going through what we have to go through, is what life would look like being married. I mean, I don't think that's really much different than what our lives would look like now, but I think it'd be somehow different. We don't know, but it will be a little different.
Wow.
But we're on the ride. We're on the ride
I
together.
think we have some things to figure out, like work-wise and like where we want to live in the long run, because we don't really want to stay in Boston. Probably not sure where yet. We're still figuring that part out, but there's things that we want to figure out before we make any big moves as well. Like the marriage and the baby stuff, I feel like comes a bit later when you feel a bit more secure in just other aspects of your life.
Yeah.
Which we're both kind of in a similar stage, I think, of like figuring out exactly.
You guys are actually moving very fast, you know that, because you're only together for a year.
Yeah.
With a hiccup in between, and we're already talking kids here.
Well, I guess that's something
you
that
both also very serious people.
Well, but I also think that again, this is something that maybe it's like an old school thing, but you said that you already made a choice, and it's because of the person. I think separately, we both wanted kids, right? Like even if we never met each other, kids was a thing that was on, like something that we wanted to, and I think
that you already knew from yourself.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people in our generation and some of the older generation, we've seen that they are very. They've made a choice before they've ever met anyone if they want kids or not, and I think you should have that conversation pretty early, because if you're a year or two in and you find out that your partner doesn't want to have kids and you want to have 5 kids,
that's a good point.
That's the conversation that you probably
Romain, you're so right. Otherwise, that's just wasted investment, right?
Yeah. I mean, because I think that's how how far apart people can be these days. It's like
it's true.
5 kids. I mean, like James. Trina's best friend Yaz's fiance James. His brother, he's 24, or he's not older than 30, I don't think. I think he's trying to have 5 kids, and he currently has 3. and his wife is only 24. You know, so it's like, and then there's like I have one of my bosses right now. She's in her mid 50s, and she has no kids, right? And that was a choice that I guess
stops,
her,
right?
Yeah, because then now it's not even a conversation anymore. Like 55, you're not choosing to have kids anymore.
No, it gets unsafe.
Yeah.
For the woman. Wow. Yeah, that is all right. You should bring up kids actually in a relationship pretty early as well, when you're serious about the relationship. But I've also had people in the car that just sitting like couples like you in the car, and where one says yes and the other says no. And I'm going, and they're looking at each other in the car.
That's the first time they had
like,
the conversation. Yeah.
Exactly.
Shit.
And then they're still talking about it like, oh, we'll see later.
that's not
right. Better talk about that now as well.
I think the other thing too is like people do try to push their own agenda, right? So it's like, yeah, let's talk about it later, and they're just thinking,
oh, I can persuade
the person to either not have any kids or to have the 5 kids that I want to have, and it's like, yeah.
But you guys, I give you my cards, right? No, I didn't.
No, we definitely got. If we end
so
up
this
on
is my YouTube channel.
Sure have to see it. Okay.
Thank you.
And then when you're back in Naples, you give me a call when you need an Uber from the airport or to the airport, doesn't matter. And then we're gonna talk about how it was at her parents.
Okay.
Things like that. You never know.
Yeah,
we can do a sequel with this. This is just so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you guys are very very open, very serious and open about your the way you see things and stuff. And I thought I could stir something, but there's nothing to stir, really.
I think we've already talked about like all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the big things, right? I think like, because the smaller things, I think you can talk about the smaller things later on, right? You can kind of like make some compromises, whatever. But
yeah, that's a good point.
But big things, we should, like, the foundation needs to be set before you try to put a mansion on it, right? Like,
yeah, the size of the house can be discussed later.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Or where you want to live, even that can be discussed later. Because I live with my wife, we lived in the Netherlands, it was basically too cold for her.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't really happy there.
Yeah.
So I was so happy that I got another opportunity in Mexico. We went back to Mexico. That was just better for the relationship as well, I think.
Yeah.
And in the end, it really doesn't matter where you live, as long as you're together. Because we were happy together in Haiti, in Mexico, and now here.
Yeah.
We talked about that, like, on this trip too. Like, I think well, in my mind, it's like we enjoyed Miami, we enjoyed Naples, and I don't really know if we looked at it in terms of objectively. We looked at it like we were here together, and we just had a good time because we were with each other. But how do we feel if we are in like a normal space, right? We're just working and going to work and commuting or whatever.
Living here.
Yeah, we don't know how that feels. We just know that we had a good vacation together. You know, that's a whole different conversation.
It could happen. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Naples is nice, and you know, there's a lot more than just Naples. Also, there's Fort Myers, and there's Miami. What did you like better, actually, Miami or Naples?
They're so different.
Yeah,
they are.
Miami is that kind of, because we're both kind of city people, so you still have that fun city vibe in Miami, which you don't have here.
Right.
Yeah, or in Boston, really. Like, you don't have a lot of the things that you have in like Miami or like New York. Boston has some things, but just not that level. Which we miss because we're both from London and New York City, right? It feels hard to not have that all the time.
And I would say, as long as you're young, Miami is just very attractive.
Yeah.
As a city, there's a lot to do, a lot to see, a lot to explore. Probably a lot of people in your own level of where you can find places where you meet, how you say that, like-minded people.
Yeah.
While in Naples, that's really a retirement town.
Or like families.
Yeah, once you get a gray beard like me, then maybe Naples is more suited.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have that. I've lived my life also in a few big cities, and it was great.
Yeah.
But now I'm really enjoying a small little town.
Yeah.
And especially when you're young and there's no children yet, a big city is very attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely. But it is quite nice that Miami is not that far from here either. Like it's only we drove from Miami to Naples in like
it's
less
2 hours.
than 2 hours, yeah.
That's less than 2 hours, yeah.
So you can still, if you wanted to go for the weekend,
Oh yeah.
go to Miami, it's quite
Oh yeah.
close.
Well, this has been a fun conversation for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. It'll get published one of these days, but I still have a small little backlog. And if you change your mind, just let me know, eh? You got my phone number and email on the card.
We'll definitely love to see it when it comes out.
Because then you see each other's. Oh, was he looking like that at me at that moment of when I said that? And I'm just kidding. But it has happened though that I see people look at each other, and I miss so much in the mirror.
Yeah.
I see your face, but I don't see his.
Yep.
I see that when I edit the video and publish it. Then I get to see the whole thing.
See the whole thing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just fun. And I only got 800 subscribers. So no, you're not going to be famous just yet.
I mean, maybe this might be the video that goes viral, right?
Yes, right.
And next thing you know, you have 1 million, followers, and you just keep going. Right? Now you have a bunch of other.
It's possible. Are you famous?
Not really a fame person. Give me the money, not the fame, honestly.
Oh, there you go. Well, the fame will come soon enough.
Yeah.
But
have you had any famous people in your
not yet.
in your Uber yet?
Not yet. Still waiting for that moment.
Yeah. It'll come.
Although I've had a national champion of pickleball something.
Oh, nice.
I don't think she was the national champion, but she was very high up there. But I know nothing about pickleball.
No.
That's famous, great, but not in my world.
Yeah.
It's in her own place, yeah. So that was fun. And Naples is the pickleball capital of the world, they say. The US Open is every year in Naples.
Did not know that.
So, but other than that, no, not yet. But I do drive to the Ritz-Carlton a lot. But I think that famous people probably they have their own limousine, so they have their own chauffeur.
Yeah, like private car service or something.
I do drive their pilots though. So
you do?
famous people fly in with their private jets, and then I get stories from the pilots. But as soon as the camera goes running, they don't talk about
you can't say too much.
Cannot say anything. So it doesn't work on camera. So
yes, cameras.
But you never know.
You never know.
Yeah. It's just a hobby, and I've been driving Uber for a couple of years, and then I thought, I could spice it up a little bit, but also I'm always touched by the stories, and I like to share that.
Yeah.
Started with sharing everything with my wife, of course, and then now this is like one step bigger.
It's funny you say that. I do Uber in Boston, and the stories that I have from that is it's so interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
A lot of cool stories.
Yeah. Which airline are you flying?
JetBlue.
JetBlue was at the end.
This is not an ad.
Huh?
Is it? This is not an ad.
No.
Oh, it's not.
No affiliation. There we go.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.